The U.S. men's national team got their ass handed to them by Belgium. They just lost 4-1 at the round of 16 stage. This is a sad video to make, but reality and facts cannot be escaped. The U.S. men's national team is simply not good enough. That's a fact. They just proved it today against a very well oiled Belgium team and very much of a motivated Belgium team. This defeat hurts. It's hurting me, but I knew from the fact with all the comedy that went around the Balogun red card, this Belgium team will be extra motivated. Meaning, like, there are levels of being motivated. They have been called the aging squad. They showed that they pressed there faster than this U.S. men's national team. They came out of the gates guns blazing. Let's put it that way. And USA were no match for this team. There were a lot of individual errors, but there were also a sizable quality difference. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Balogun's red card was suspended and he was able to play against Belgium. A decision made by FIFA, partly due to the intervention of the U.S. Soccer Federation and the U.S. government. A decision that FIFA made that I don't agree with. I don't agree with the process. If it wasn't a red card, that should be addressed right at the game or by VAR, or if it's not by VAR, by FIFA right after the game. It should not go through this entire process. This is like, I'm making a phone call to my friend to ask him for a favor kind of thing. Just not the vibe that you would want right before a knockout game, round of 16 game. Yep, it's something that should not be done. But again, the fact is FIFA did this with Cristiano Ronaldo so that he can play the group games. He was suspended. They said, no, we delay your suspension. You can play the group stage games. They also did it with Brazil. And that was in 1962. Brazil's Garrincha, his red card was suspended, so he was able to play in the final. So there's a precedent that FIFA did this before the Balogun comedy and controversy. Well, some can say that you can play by the rules, you can play by the book, and you can look at the loopholes and get this thing sorted for your team. My take on this is that why create extra controversy and extra pressure? There's a ton of anti-US thing going around in this World Cup from people within. So my thing is this, that let him go for his suspension, Balogun, serve the suspension, bring on Ricardo Pepi or whoever, Timothy Weah or Gio Reyna, play Pulisic as a forward or whatever, and try to beat this Belgian team. That didn't happen. They made this Belgium team extra motivated for US to lose, and people are celebrating like crazy right now. A lot of people within are very happy. The US lost. They got their ass handed to them. Now, I'm not happy about it. I wanted the US to win. There's no shame in admitting this, that I support the United States of America, especially the U.S. men's soccer team. And I am very much sad that they lost, but it was expected because this motivation was provided or served in a platter for the Belgium team. Now let's look at the match and see what went wrong. First of all, these U.S. soccer players are made to believe, or were made to believe, that they're better than they truly are. Unfortunately, this is the time to get past the Christian Pulisics, the Chris Richards of the world, and bring in new players. Christian Pulisic cannot be relied on. This was a big game. He already missed 2 games through injury. He's very much injury prone. Today he got unlucky, but he couldn't continue. He lost possession quite a lot. And the only player that stood out was Tillman. Malik Tillman is the only player that stood out. Plays for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. He's 24 years old. He has the European experience. Chris Richards and Tyler Adams do have the European experience. One plays for Bournemouth, Tyler Adams. One plays for Crystal Palace. That didn't show. Tim Ream showed his age. The goalkeeper had a horrendous game, gifted a goal. Another player, Alex Freeman, plays for Villarreal. Looks promising on the right back position, but not great. Anthony Robinson, and I don't know why they call him Jedi Robinson. He plays for Fulham, couldn't fulfill his potential. He didn't cut it today, unfortunately. Serginho Dust, PSV Eindhoven. Never lived up to his potential. Now let's talk about Pulisic and Folarin Balogun. Balogun came out with a quote somewhere that he wants to be the best. He wants to be at the same level as Messi, Ronaldo, or the big players. That performance will not do anything good for him. He had his chance. Immense pressure was on him. He could have made a difference. It did not. He had one chance. Courtois saved it. He tried to run the channels. He couldn't properly get the service that he desired. But again, don't rely on services. Take the ball and run. You have that ability. Make something out of nothing. And that was the whole thing about it, right? But apparently he was man-marked by Belgium defender Nathan Ngoy. Plays for Lille in the French league. 23 years old. Ngoy is a very good defender. I was very much impressed by him in another game that he played. He missed 2 games, but he has speed. He reads the game, and he was a surprise inclusion. But he had Balogun in his pocket. Let's put it that way. So what could have been different? What went completely wrong? Everything went completely wrong. Mauricio Pochettino didn't get the tactics right. One time it felt like a 4-3-3. Another time it felt like 4-2-3-1. Another time it felt like it's back 3, so 3-5-2. And apparently the formation was 3-5-2 when they started. You play a back 3. This Belgium team have a lot of quality, but they also incorporated pace. Luca Bacchio on the right wing gave Anthony Robinson quite a difficult time. Trossard gave a difficult time to Sergio Dest. So this is beyond disappointing. What should U.S. soccer do to actually go past this round of 16 thingy and go deep into the tournament at a World Cup? Well, the best U.S. soccer team was the one in 2002. They lost to an inspired Oliver Kahn-led German team at the quarterfinal stage. If it was not for Oliver Kahn, they probably would have gone to the semifinals. I have followed U.S. soccer since then, and this team was made to believe that they were better than that team. I don't think so. This team is not better than the team that was led by Brian McBride, Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey. That was the Bruce Arena's team. U.S. needs to look at quite a lot of things. They need to move past Christian Pulisic. They need to move past this thing about Captain America is going to save us. Christian Pulisic is the best thing that we got. Unfortunately, he's injury prone. His club record for AC Milan, appearance-wise, last season was not that great. He missed a bunch of last season through injury. He missed 2 games through injury at the World Cup. He barely made it, and he couldn't even finish the game today. So there should be new blood that should come in. MLS should be improved. There should be a relegation and a promotion system in MLS so that there's something to play for. A lot of these players need to play in the European leagues. They need to go gain experience. They need to play in the La Liga. A few of them are playing in, one is playing in the Bundesliga, one is playing in the Spanish La Liga, and they need to get a better goalkeeper. This Matt Freese doesn't cut it, to be honest with you. Doesn't cut it at all. He plays for NYFC. Well, North America needs to look at their local league, MLS or the Mexican league, if they want to compete with these European nations. Apart from Argentina, I think this World Cup will be won by a European nation, probably England or France or Spain. We'll see. All right. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gents. Let me know in the comment section what can be done to make this United States men's national team better so that the United States can go farther into the World Cup. Because this is simply not good enough. Winning hearts, creating great atmosphere, no, that's not good enough. Winning games is the greatest equalizer, and U.S. men's national team needs to do that. I'll see you guys in the next one. USA.